Welcome back to Jay's Strategies, where we talk about the latest and greatest crypto news and much, much more. I bet you guys want to dive on in. All right, guys, let's get with it. We are gonna utilize CMC to go through our prices. We're gonna check out some news. We are gonna go through the chart with you guys. Let me go ahead and rock with it and hop in the socials for you guys, so we can push out to our channels so you guys can build, grow, and be better investors. All right? So that's the whole object of the game, the whole objective, and that is where we want to be. All right? So, as you know, as you go, okay, you're going to see that we got a new channel pushing and rocking. All right? Come join us now. All right. So we hit it, we get with it, and we keep it rocking. All right? So that way you guys can see what's happening on a real-time scale, pushing, chilling, and all that good stuff going out for you guys. And then on our socials too, hitting out our Twitters, okay? And then, as you know, we got all of our stuff happening out here, so we're just going to go ahead and hit with the tag on the socials, so that way you guys can see the process, because I had some people asking, hey, how does this go? How does that go? And yeah, so a lot of fun. All right? So basically, simple as that, pushing out on the socials, right? Okay? So now that you're rocking and we are pumping and we are out there, okay? We're hitting with it. All right? And then we'll go through CMC, and we're going to go through the cryptocurrency market today and what has been happening, why we have that dump today, okay, and what the deal is. All right? So we can go through all of that, and then we're going to go ahead and talk about the charts, and then we'll take a look at the news feeds, because there's some pretty interesting stuff that's out there that you guys need to see. All right? Stick with us, rock with us, and we will get with it. All right. Yeah, welcome, guys. Welcome. Yep, I see you guys hopping in, rocking. Mad love to you guys chilling out here, going through it. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and dive on into it. Today's overall cryptocurrency market cap is 1.18 trillion. So it's down 0.6%. All right, 24-hour volume is 31.1 billion. So volume is up a bit today. Bitcoin dominance at the 50% mark. Ethereum dominance at 19%. Gas prices for Ethereum, GUI, is 24 GUI. Fear and Greed Index, which is cool that they actually added this to the CMC user interface. You see that we're sitting in the neutral area between fear and greed. Okay? Now, top them all off, all of your top cryptocurrencies. We're going to run through these prices and get with you guys so you know where we're standing today inside this crypto market space. All right? All right, guys, you got Bitcoin rocking right now. Bitcoin coming in at $30,355. 24 hours, 0.5% to the downside. $589.7 billion market cap, and then $14.8 billion in volume 2 days thus far. All right. Ethereum coming in at $1,870, 24 hours, 0.3% to the downside. $224.8 billion market cap, $6.3 billion in volume. USDT, look at that, still sitting at $83.3 billion. So we've been watching that market cap inch up, and it seems that we hit like a little bit of a top off on that, but heavy volume on USDT, volume 20.6 billion. Binance BNB in the house at $243.83, 24 hours, 1.9% to the downside, $38 billion market cap, $510 million in volume. USDC, your next top stable coin, all right, now sitting at $27.2 billion market cap, 3.1 billion in a volume. All right, so that's something that we're paying attention to, the market caps on these stable coins and the volume that they're creating in the market, in and out of cryptos, altcoins, and top tokens. XRP sitting at 47 cents, past 24 hours, 1.1% to the downside, $24.7 billion market cap, $713 million in volume. All right, Cardano sitting at that 7th spot, Cardano at 28 cents. 24 hours, 1.3% to the downside. Okay, $10 billion market cap, $174 million in a volume. Dogecoin at your number 8 spot for you Doge lovers, 6 cents, so it's pretty much a little bit below the 6.5 cent mark. $9 billion market cap, $156 million in volume. All right, Solana sitting at number 9 at $21.99. 24 hours, 0.18% to the downside. But look at these numbers moving for Solana on the weekly, all right? Heavy movement right there. So that's something that we're paying attention to. Market cap for Solana, $8.8 billion. Market cap, $144 million in volume, all right? The XRP volume, yes, see, the XRP is at $713 million in volume, so they're catching some pretty heavy volume. Litecoin in your number 10 spot now, all right, at $96.16. 24 hours, 0.4% to the downside. $7 billion market, well, a little bit over $500 million in volume. Tron slid down to your number 11 spot at 7 cents. All right. But we look at Matic Polygon, all right, which is at 72 cents right now. 24 hours, 1.9% to the downside. $6.7 billion market cap, $309 million in volume. Bitcoin Cash has been pumping and pushing. All right. Look at this, 279. Still having in 24 hours, 1.8% to the upside. All right. Now at $5.4 billion market cap, $636 million in volume. So we've seen some heavy volume in that. Next, stablecoin, all right, DAI, all right, $4.6 billion market cap, but not heavy volume on that, all right. You got Toncoin Avalanche sitting there. That's $4.4 billion market cap, light volume in the 100 million range, $12.99. Your Shiba Inu fans, I've been seeing, losing market cap. And BUSD, Binance stablecoin, has now fell below the $4 billion mark. All right, today's volume is $1.9 billion in volume. All right, so those are a bunch of different things that we're paying attention to in the market. Here's what happened in the crypto market today. So we can actually take a look and see what's happening in different news articles that they would have out there for crypto. What happened in the crypto market? U.S. government moves 10K Bitcoin worth over $300 million related to the seizure. So the U.S. government is starting to get active, okay? So everybody's going to pay attention to what's happening, where that money is going, and what they plan on doing with it, okay? You got your price analysis. Bitcoin mining difficulty hits all-time high, so there's more and more Bitcoin miners getting out there, so the difficulties are rising, all right, which is strengthening the Bitcoin network, okay? And, this is just a Bitcoin adoption to the max, all right? Bitcoin's pre-halving rally, all right? So next year, Bitcoin's rally, okay, for the halving, all right? So when Bitcoin halves, the reward per block right now is 6.2 Bitcoin. So then it's going to go down to 3 Bitcoin per block, making it more scarce for mining, thus in turn driving the volume, making it more valuable. So that's something that people are going to be paying attention to. And then they're talking, why is Bitcoin price up today? Okay, well, we weren't seeing that. Let's see what hours ago, so that was pushing into the other day. So those are like the top news articles that we see happening over there. All right? Guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and rock out with us. Don't forget to swing by Twitter, where we have all of our information out there. We got all of our socials and all the stuff that you guys need. All right? We're live and rocking all the time on Telegram, and we're pushing. All right? So just make sure you swing by. You say what's good, say what's up. We have projects rocking, and there's going to be a bunch of stuff out there for you guys to utilize in the crypto market, make money, earn passive income, and learn. So I'm out there chilling with you guys and giving you guys the knowledge that you need to push and grow in the overall crypto market. BBC, shout out. All right, so butane, yep, shout out. Dex official, B Dex, BBC. So there's all kinds of stuff being built right now. You got to try and check all of that out. All right, so we're gonna hop into the charts. All right, I'm using an indicator called Trader's Reality. Okay, and this indicator, okay, gives me all of the things that I need to determine which way the price is moving. All right. So if you go up into your indicators and you type in Trader's Reality, you see it right here, you'll get this indicator. And then this indicator has everything you need from the different sessions, okay, your moving averages, your 50, your 200, your 800, okay, your daily open, your psychological levels for the week, your pivot zones, okay, and those are pretty much what you need to be able to be a good trader in the market, because the most volatile times of day are when the sessions are opening up, okay? So as you can see, look at this, New York session, that's when we pulled back. Now we're in the Sydney session, same thing. Look at this, Sydney, New York session towards the end of the session, we pumped, Sydney open, pull right back before that. So that's why we watch these different sessions. So I go from the 30 to the 1 hour and so on, okay? But you can see during the New York session, we actually broke below this 200 EMA. And we hit the M1 pivot zone right at that 30,205 range, which was an area that we figured we would come back and hit when we were talking about our other videos. Okay, and we see some rally towards the upside. Sydney is just open, but we're below that 200 EMA. So expect resistance at 30,460. Okay? So this is on a, a shorter time frame, all right? So the 50 right here at that 30,540, okay? But I want to go into the 1 hour so that way we can see what exactly is going on, okay? So we were riding above that 50 on the 1 hour. Now that we crossed below the 50, those are going to be acting as heavy resistance, all right? Hold on, let me grab my water. Okay. So this is the 1 hour chart for Bitcoin. Alright? So we trade in a couple different ways. We trade with the day trading at the opening and closings of the different sessions. Intraday from day to day. Swing trading. So there's a couple different methods that you can utilize. Alright? I just started building a couple new multiple socials. All right, we have a full-blown blockchain out there, built use case, utility, and all kinds of stuff on it. All right, you guys are going to see some amazing things happening out there. Okay, full-blown growth ecosystem, documentation, and much, much more on its own blockchain, already integrated, okay, and all use case utility built out as you can see, all right, and I will be over at Gas Pad, all right, rocking the projects that will be growing in the ecosystem, all right, so you guys are hearing about this, and you're hearing about it early, all right? So you swing by the chats, all right? Give me a what up and say, hey, I seen you in the YouTube video, all right? I'll send you some BBC, all right? So that way you guys can get familiar with the chain. All right. Okay, I had to tell you guys that. All right. Okay.
back to your charting. Okay, and I also utilize the RSI. All right. Now, trading, crypto trading, it's a marketplace. Okay, crypto's open 24/7. Okay, stock markets are only open for sessions. So the heaviest times of day are going to be during those stock market sessions that are open, because that's when the money is out and flowing. All right, but I do utilize the RSI. So as you see, the RSI is turned down. We are in the Sydney session, and I'm looking at the 1 hour time frame to see what's going to be happening in Sydney. So let me go ahead and see immediate short term what's going on. So this is the half-hour chart. You see RSI was played to the downside. Okay, so if you see a line here where it's about to cross back over, all right, this is something I'm going to be paying attention to if we could take advantage of any volatility. And then let's go down into even shorter time frame. Okay, and it looks like, all right, this is on the 15. All right, we are below the 50. So when I'm playing time frames, I am watching for us going either below the 50, okay, for those buys, and above the 50s for the sells. So spot buy, spot sell, or if you're trading for a swing towards the upside, depending on what time frames. All right, so that's the 15, and you can see RSI is turning up. All right, and we're in a Sydney session, all the way down to even more immediate short term. Okay, for Bitcoin, I'll go down for you guys into the 5. All right, so if you were taking advantage of the different sessions, all right, you can see that New York at or right before the close, all right, that's when we had the dip. Okay, so when I see this first red candle and then you see this blue candle, all right, this is my first ladder in buys, and I do it as waves of 3, laddering in 3. So as it's going to the downside, splitting my capital in 3 and buying once when I see the dip. And then I seen another opportunity for a dip on the second one. So we were able to, get in on those when we play the shorter time frames. And we see this when we are riding below that 50, okay? Now, as you can see, okay, RSI is turned up, but look at this. On the 5 minute, we are touching the 50 EMA, all right? And that's on the 5 minute. There's 1 minute left in this candlestick. So if this candlestick pops above that 50 EMA on this 5 minute chart, okay, we can see us coming up to 30,500, okay? So that's something that we'd be paying attention to. RSI is turned up, all right? Let's go ahead and take a peek at the volume, okay, of what we got happening over here. So a little bit more of volume happening on that side, all right? So we did have some heavy volume on that pullback, all right? And another thing I look at is the Ichimoku cloud, all right? And this is on the 5 minute. So look, we just went to the next candle, so we didn't pop above that 50. So this candle got rejected at that 50. All right, you see that, right? Okay? And how our cloud is, okay? And then I also utilize that across indicators to, give me my different ways. If I'm going too much technical for you guys, I'm just trying to get the most information out there as possible, just to give you guys, the how-tos and go-tos, all right? So let me take out that cloud. I'm going to show you guys that in another video. But this trader's reality indicator, I have been utilizing in all of the videos and explaining and teaching you guys this. So for everybody that's been following along, you'll get to understand how to utilize it. And we also watch and utilize the book maps, all right? So that is something that we wanted to say. But as you've seen, we hit that 50 and we got rejected. All right. So if I do see You know, the 5 is that yellow line, so if that's turning down, all right, we could come back to this area of support before we hit and continue to the upside. Or if we pop all of a sudden above the 50 on the immediate short term, that's when you're catching your quick scalp trade, leverage trades on smaller time frames, trying to grab that volatility during these sessions. All right, so that is something that's beneficial for you guys to know. I want to start being able to go live at and during the beginnings of these sessions, so I can show and tell you guys exactly what is happening. Okay, all right, so back to my 30 over here. All right, on the Sydney session. Okay, and as you see, on the you know, on our swoop side. All right, so this is what I'm paying attention to a little bit more longer scale. So we did cross over on this RSI. So if I do see us tapping, touching, and continuing to move towards the upside, that is what I am looking for, is the next moving averages, the 200, okay, and then back to the 50. All right, so if I'm going to play any longer plays, okay, by utilizing these indicators, that's what I'm going to be looking for. All right, so then I was talking about the 1 hour, so you can see that we almost came down to the psychological low. Now those are my swing levels. All right, those are my okay, those are my swing levels. Okay, psychological levels, swing high, swing low. All right, so we also play off of those levels. So we almost came down to that swing low level of a psychological low. All right, so usually when we hit those psychological low levels, okay, that's where we trade in between, and then that's when I'm looking at targets that can be, you know, for entries and what's going on. So you got to pay attention to multiple things that's happening out in the market for you guys to be able to trade and you know, see what's happening, what's going on. Let me turn this off for a second, and okay, so let me just take a look at this, and then this is where we look at different patterns and movements in the market. All right, so we were on like this channel, you know, moving towards the upside here, and then we just broke below it, so we're going to be hitting those moving average areas as resistance. All right, so that's why you see the RSI where it's at now. So we want to see, okay, this line on the RSI start to turn towards the upside, but we do want it to do it in a fashion that doesn't have any crazy movements that can cause you know, people liquidations and for you guys to get smashed out. All right, longer term, all right, on Bitcoin 4-hour chart. Okay, so you can see the 50 EMA. All right, we're back below it. All right, so we were riding above that, the 50 EMA on the 4-hour chart for quite some time. Okay, but you can see now that we are riding below it once again. So that's a resistance area. Let me see, what exactly are we looking at there? Okay, yeah, 30,430. So resistance, all right? But if we close 4-hour candles back above that 50, that's bullish, but you can see as it hits resistance. A level that we can hit if we do have some movements towards the downside and we make lower lows, all right, is the moving average at the 200, which is at the 29,000, I would say 29,450, but it's actually 440, all right? That's a heavy level of support, but you can see the movements here, okay, back in April, that was a resistance area. That is going to be a heavy level of support for us, and that's what we're looking at on the 4-hour time frame, okay? Daily, your long-term daily, all right? Look at this. RSI was up into overbought. range. We did need that to actually cool off a bit. So this is actually, to me, I actually like to see this because this is telling me that, all right, we are actually in somewhat of a pull back. When are we going to hit and continue to move towards the upside? Okay? As far as moving averages, all right? So you can see right here, heavy level of support, okay? So having this level of support, all right, 30,400, all right? So if we do close on the daily at that 30,400, all right, that's heavy support, okay? When we close below it, we would always revisit our moving averages. So right now the 50 is at, it's at 29,000, all right? So remember the target I told you before on the 4 hour, the 29,400, all right? So if we do have some downward movement. But that wouldn't necessarily be really bad and bearish, because if we revisit that, that can give us better conviction on the support that Bitcoin is having right now in the markets, okay? All right? The 200 eventually will cross over this 800. When I see that, that's when I know full on, okay, we are bullish on the flip, and that's when we revisit the moving averages and continue to move towards the upside. Now, is price going to move towards this 50, or is the 50 going to continue to move up towards price? That is what we need to pay attention to, okay? So, basically that's what we're watching, all right? So, we are above that 50, and we have been riding it, okay? All right, Bitcoin dominance, check this out. Bitcoin dominance through the roof, okay? And then look, the moving averages are crossing over, and I told you when this happens, Bitcoin is taking over more of the market share out there, meaning that Bitcoin is heavily and more traded, holding more liquidity of the overall cryptocurrency market, okay? So there is more Bitcoin usage as crypto, all right? USDT dominance, okay? You can see as it was pulling back, as people were moving into Bitcoin, so that's something that we watch and we pay attention to. Commodities such as gold, all right, today people were buying and moving profits and assets back into safe havens like gold. The S&P index, all right, and this is on the daily, has been screaming towards the upside, so I'm expecting some part of a pullback, all right, back to these moving averages. So that's why we saw people selling off their profits, buying into gold as their safe haven, waiting for their dips back to the moving averages in order to flow that cash back into the market. All right? Total overall crypto market, we are sitting below that 800 EMA, and we keep wicking it. Once we close the candle above that, and then going into a second or third consecutive day above that 800, okay, that will give us conviction of heavy support on the market. All right? All right, so on your other cryptos for your daily, Ethereum sitting at that 800 EMA, okay, and it's above the 50 right now, but you can see how it's tight trading, but on the daily, kind of looks like a head and shoulders pattern. So be wary if there's any downside movement, because a target insight for me, 1,755 would be a target where I would set a limit order at, okay, and then right below, sitting at the area at the 1,800 even. Okay, so those are two areas I've been paying attention to on the long term for Ethereum. And then how the RSI is mid-range, so we're just waiting to see which way it wants to swing for us. Binance, BNB, for all you BNB heads out there in projects. Now, we had that fear, uncertainty, and doubt, which caused BNB to have a significant move towards the downside, and it's been moving back towards its moving averages, but the stablecoin was losing some of its liquidity, okay, and you can see, market cap pulling back, but on the daily, RSI is starting to come back up after being oversold, okay. The 50 we need to revisit right there at the $260 level. That's what I would say. And if we can close at those levels, then I would be talking bullish again. All right, something that's happening with the Bitcoin Cash. So after we saw the extreme movement, I'm saying that we are probably going to end up revisiting, okay, 225. All right, and I'm also going to be watching for the 50 to cross over, but that would be a target that I would see as a revisit. Okay, XRP on the daily, you can see we're still swinging in between the 800 and 200, exactly like I tell you guys. So at the 800, selling, 200 buying, and we've been swinging until we close above the 800 on a couple candles on the daily. Then we can talk about moving to the upside. Let me go ahead and show you guys Matic so we can just take a look at this. Now on the daily, we're back at the 50, which is good, and we're closing candles at that range. So that's something that I really did want to see. Solana, okay, on the daily has gained some steam, okay, after the dip. So they've been utilizing and moving money into Solana. All right, so this is something that we're going to watch and see. Is it going to continue to be a fashion out there in the market? Avalanche, AVAX, okay, we did come back up to that 50 on the daily, but we failed to close above it. So for bullish, we want to be closing above that 50. Alright, so that's something that we're paying attention to. Okay? Pancake swap cake. Alright. So everything that was happening on Binance for you guys that yield farm in the pools on Pancake Swap, okay? I was waiting for a level to see where cake is going to level out, and it looks like around the $1.50 range, a little bit less, okay? Looks like a level where cake wants to sit after we had that heavy pullback from that 370 range when they changed their tokenomics and the way the earning process was going on Pancake Swap. So that's something that we are paying attention to. Oh, I didn't show you guys your Doge. Doge on your daily. We need to get above that 50 moving average, but we actually are creating higher lows on the daily. Okay, so that's something that I want to see us closing, all right, on bearish movement, but we actually can pull back to the 6 cent even or right below it. Okay, so that's definitely stuff that we want to pay attention to. Actually, look at Litecoin. All right, so yeah, Litecoin has some pumping. It's sitting above its moving averages. And then what else did we want to show you guys here? All right, we got you guys on your bada boom, bada bang. Okay, so yeah, we pushed it out. We talked about Bitcoin, talked about Bitcoin daily. Let's go back to the immediate short term real quick, just so we can see what is happening on the immediate short term. So as you can see, yep, okay, so this is on the 5-minute chart, and as we were talking, that 50 is a resistance area, and that is something that we would have played from a target as we extend it below it. So if we do come back above it and pull, then that would be a quick short play, or if we do come back down, overextend it below that on a shorter time frame play, will be a long play. You know what I mean? So, guys, don't forget to stop by the social. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit those likes. Hit that thumbs. Don't forget to sub to the channel. Get with us. Swing by. Check out all the different information, news, and stuff that we got rocking out for you guys. Swing by the socials. Swing by Telegram, where we're always chilling with you guys. Mad love and respect. All right. You guys, we're just chilling with J Strategies, where we talk about the latest and greatest crypto news and much, much more. Until the next time, guys.